In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 of my favorite tips for managing stress on the daily. But before we dive in, be sure to hit the subscribe and the notifications bell just to make sure that you get to see all of the new videos as they come out. They're always great tools for finding sustainable wellness and holistic health. My name is Sabrina Joy. I'm an aromatherapist, certified yoga instructor, meditation coach, and integrative nutritional coach. And my specialty is managing stress in a holistic manner. In this episode, we're going to be diving into 3 steps to manage stress and 3 tips to manage stress, if you will, on the daily. So that first tip is to know your stressors. This is actually a really sneaky tip because what it can help you do not only is to understand what your stressors are, but also to begin to start eliminating them. Basically, what you'll need to do is sit down with a pen and a piece of paper and write down all of the things that stress you out. These can be things that happen every single day, like having to get up early in the morning for work and having to make dinner, or grocery shopping, or things that are once in a while, that are kind of cumulative, if you will, like having to play a really big role in a project at work, or enrolling the kids in too many different activities and then having to shuttle them around all over the place. Anything and everything that stresses you out, from having to go buy a new shampoo, to having to make dinner, to having to go on a trip. Anything and everything, seriously. Write it all down on a piece of paper and then go through and circle the ones that are absolutely necessary for you to be happy, to support your family, and support your own happiness. And then put a little star next to all of the ones that are negotiable. Things that if you adjusted a couple of things in your life, you could maybe change the amount of stress that you're experiencing from that activity. There may be some activities or stressors that are circled and have a star next to them, and those ones will take special consideration. Diving into this list deeply, I really suggest doing with a meditation instructor or a stress management coach like myself, but it's really helpful just to have your stressors written down, because this will also help you become aware of the stress when it begins to arise whenever you're doing the activities, and use the next couple of tips that I'm going to give you to manage that stress. Number 2 is using your breath as a tool. The breath is an amazing thing that happens in our body, most of the time completely automatically, but it's also one of the only body functions that we can regulate manually. And when you regulate your breath, you get to basically manipulate your central nervous system into thinking that you are either calm or to hyping yourself up to take activity. One of the best ways and simplest ways to explain managing your stress with breath is to try and extend your exhalations longer than your inhalations. Notice whenever you encounter those stressors, like the ones you've written down, most likely your breath will begin to become much shorter. Your inhalations will be longer than your exhalations, and you won't get that full expansion of your rib cage in each inhalation. Slow it down a little bit and extend your exhalations longer than your inhalations. A really great way to do this, especially if you're new to meditation, is just to do 4 counts for your inhalation and 6 counts for your exhalation. Do this a couple times and you'll see very quickly that your nervous system begins to relax and shift into that digest and rest mode. The third tip that I have for you is learning how your body craves completing the stress response cycle. Now, everybody has different ways that work for them. For me, one of my favorite ways is hopping on my bike or laying out the yoga mat or going on a walk out in nature with my husband and our dog. But everybody's different, right? Sometimes I find another great way is actually to just take a pillow and shove your face in it and scream as loud as you can. All of these are different ways, essentially, to close out the end of a stress response cycle in our body. Now, all the science aside, these ways help us basically to remind ourselves that we're safe and in control of our environment. Try these out for yourself. Try going and doing a workout. Try sitting down to meditate and see what different activities work well for you. If movement is one of those, which it is for almost everyone, I recommend finding a way to move that serves your body. If you'd like, I can make some episodes or some videos, if you will, about how to move your body discreetly in a public space to help manage stress that comes out, for instance, in an office meeting or something like that. So let me know if that would be helpful to you in the comment section below. Thanks so much for tuning into this quick video, and I hope that you found some tips that are helpful for you. Also, let me know in the comments below which tip you think you're going to try out first and use. Be sure to hit that subscribe and all of the notifications to make sure that you're on top of managing your stress with me, Sabrina Joy. Thanks for sharing your time with me. I know it's your most precious resource, and I'll see you next time.